She's a clean-up nice on a Saturday night, or a movie at home in a cheap bottle.
And just like that, we are back. I'm here today with another very, very special guest, a local boy living out in Deer Lake. I don't really know how to introduce him because he's got a lot going on. He's part of the Ridler family, downtown dueling piano Ridler Bar. He owns a coffee shop out in Loon Lake, musician, local artist, doing it big, great businessman, great man in general. This is Chaz Ridler.
Hey. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
Those are the hardest parts for me every time. It's getting
no,
at
dude.
the intro,
No,
don't
dude.
stutter.
No,
It's
you-
the first thing they're going to hear.
I love it.
But yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming by.
Absolutely.
I've been looking forward to this for a while.
I'm late, by the way. I'm late.
Oh,
I think it's pretty common in podcasts, though. So
It really is,
where are
but
they
he had a good excuse. It was snowing pretty good. I went to the grocery store to get some Pendleton and almost slid through the intersection, and I only had a block and a half to go. So you're fine. You had quite the travel too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just jump right in. Why don't you tell? We haven't even really sat down and talked more than in passing by and like, what's up? How you doing? But why don't you let me know and everybody else listening kind of your background? I know obviously your family is big into music. It seems like you guys are very close knit. It's always hard to work with family, really, no matter what you're doing, especially if you're going to be so close and work for so long together. So I think that's really interesting. How'd you get started in music? A bunch of things. So let's just start there because it seems like music is a really big thing to you.
Yeah. Well, pretty much when I was born in Everett. And we moved over here when I was 1, though, so I don't really count that. We moved to Loon Lake pretty much right away. And then my dad did real estate, so I grew up around always going to showing houses and stuff like that. And the music didn't even come until I was like 18. It was when I first started playing guitar. And I'm 23 now, so not too long.
I thought you were a lot older. What the heck?
I just found out you're 24?
25.
25, okay. I did some research, dude.
Yeah, I thought you were way older for some reason. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm 23.
Dang.
But yeah, so I mean, childhood was great. You know, rode bikes and did all the things that kids do out in the woods, and I don't know, live at the lake and go swimming and do all that kind of stuff.
Kids are missing nowadays.
Yeah, I'm very blessed for the way I grew up, for sure. I don't have to grow up in the city and do all that stuff, so that was pretty cool for me. But yeah, the reason I started playing guitar, dude, this is cool because obviously music's like my main thing that I do. But yeah, my ex-girlfriend, she broke up with me when I was 18. We did it for like 3 years. And then I literally just like that night learned how to play one song on the guitar.
Was it a sad love song or something?
It was a Jason Aldean song. It was Staring at the Sun. It's a good song, but it talks about...
You learned it in one night?
It's only like 3 chords really, or 4 chords.
Did you have a guitar? Did you use your
guitars were always
guitar
around, yeah. My dad always had guitars around and stuff like that. So my sister showed me some chords and we went from there, you know? And
cool. That's crazy. I feel like that's kind of unique to hear somebody picking up music so late. I mean, as an 18-year-old, and then
I did play drums when I was like 8 years old. My dad got me a drum set and stuff. So I learned like there's a video of me on YouTube actually playing when I was 8 years old.
Cool.
But then I didn't play for like once a year maybe at like during these little shows my dad would do at the lake. So, but I didn't start playing piano bar. I started playing piano bar when I was 18. Mm. And so that's kind of I kind of got thrown into that. I played Thursdays and I wasn't very good. Yeah. I pretty much learned in the bar. I've been there for 5 years now. So
I'd say you're fluent in it. I would have thought you've been doing it since you could walk type thing, you know?
I can play the drums just enough, piano bar style, you know?
You got that energy though. That's what I think you bring to the table that really sells it. Like not really fake it till you make it, because you're still a freaking gangster and it sounds flawless. Like I said, I thought you've been doing it forever, but that energy that you bring to the table, how you can pump up the crowd and just have a good time. That's like,
dude, I give all that to my dad. My dad's like always been, he's like, I'm not a piano player. I'm not a guitar player. He's like, I'm an entertainer. Mm-hmm. So I've been playing with my dad now for 5 years. So just watching him be kind of crazy, and my dad, you know my dad pretty well probably. Yeah. He's kind of crazy. He's got energy and.
It takes a little bit of crazy. We were just talking about it yesterday. Like Kanye, for example, it takes some crazy to be good and to be standing out from the rest of the crowd. Like,
yeah, you don't.
Sometimes crazy could be good.
Entertainers don't blend in, I guess. You know, you gotta be I don't know. I struggle with it a little bit, like maybe have a drink to get myself going. You know, get that energy. It's hard. You can't just switch it sometimes, but people that are good at it can.
Do you still get nervous?
I'm more nervous to do this than I am to go play a show.
Yeah, yeah.
Because this is new, and that's kind of like If I go do an acoustic show, I'm kind of nervous. Yeah, but
Just
it goes
'cause
away.
it's not
It
as
goes away
natural.
pretty quick as soon as you start singing and talking.
Yeah,
And
get in that flow state.
yeah, heck yeah.
How did your dad get into music?
Oh, dude, that's a cool story. Yeah, my dad. My grandma and my grandpa split up when my dad was like 8 years old, I think, or like when he was a child for sure.
Where is he from? Or where did he grow up?
Snohomish, Washington. Yeah.
Okay.
And so they split up, but my grandma had an organ, and my grandpa had a piano. So my dad would go play church organ stuff with my grandma because we grew up religious like that. So they go through all the little hymns and stuff. Then you go to my dad's dad, and he would start playing more like more honky tonk style, which it all just blended in. But my dad, yeah, he's definitely a honky tonk player for sure.
Nice, nice. A lot
So
of
then
energy.
so that was when
I
I think he was playing shows when he was like 12.
Oh,
He
dang.
said I don't know what the store was called, but he went and sat out front of a grocery store when he was like 14, I think. And
Yeah.
like played out. He was just playing stuff like that, but
Dang,
playing in the churches and
that's cool.
doing stuff like that.
That seems like a awesome way to grow up. Just finding what you love so early. That's
I think he's been
super
playing
cool.
piano bar for like 40 years, almost.
Wow.
35 years or 40 years.
And how long has your family been tied to the piano bar?
And since 2009 is when my dad started playing there. Like at first it was Gibliano Brothers, and so they scouted him out and a couple other guys that were from around the area, and yeah, so he started there in 2009, and then he bought it in 2015. So
Cool.
yeah,
It's one of the best destinations for us locally, so
dude, it's fun, man.
it's tight. It's a good time.
It doesn't even get old for me, which like I played every Friday, Saturday for the last 5 years, except for a handful, like maybe 10 different dates that I didn't play.
Dang.
But I love it. Like if I don't play, when I was younger, I wanted to like take the weekend off to do bonfires and stuff with my friends when I was like 18, 19. But I felt like I like wasted my time when I wasn't playing.
Because you have so much to offer.
We're out there having bonfire. It's fun. But I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have played and made money.
What do you feel like besides making money? What does it feel like to you to be able to perform and give everybody there like supply such a good time with your talent?
Dang, dude, that's deep. I don't know. Music is like it's like emotionally. It's emotional, Like you feel like when you're playing a song and you can see people out there listening to it actually and caring. Not everybody's listening all the way focused, but you see like one person that is, and that's like makes the whole entire show worth it.
Ooh, I
These
just got chills.
Dude, you can see them and they like look at you. Like a couple weeks ago, this lady was in there and she was dancing, but she just was staring at me when I was singing, and I was like having a good time, being crazy, but she was like really, really intrigued, and she was listening, which was I was like, whoa, don't like listen too closely.
Touch your chorus.
Yeah, it was cool, really cool.
Dang.
Definitely like a different feeling,
Yeah, there is a big difference between like listening and like tuning in. I grew up. My dad was in a band for basically my whole childhood until maybe 10 years ago or so. So I would go with him to a bunch of the band practices and as many shows as I could. And it was always a fun exercise to be like, okay, now I'm only going to listen to the bass and listen to the bass for a full song, tune everything out. Okay, now let me dial in. It's like changing a radio frequency. It's like, okay, let me hear the lead guitar on this one. Got it. Okay. And it's really interesting. I bet not a lot of people really on this planet have thought about music, especially live music, and have been able to kind of tune in and actually tune into what's going on.
That's like what you just said is like really cool. I don't think people ever do that. Like the average person does not like listen to the bass, listen to the acoustic guitar. Is there two acoustic guitars playing? Is there electric guitar? What's the kick sound like? What's the snare sound like?
Yeah.
Like actually like dissecting music is like, it's way more complex when it comes to a good sound,
Yeah. It's like,
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really like same. I see it as a visual, but like if you're looking through a scope and there's something 20 yards ahead of you or 100 yards ahead of you, if you're looking at the 20, everything else is going to be blurry. And then, okay, let me readjust my focus. Now the 20 is blurry. Now this is in sight. Totally. You can kind of do that with your ears and just dial it in, pick it out.
And it's hard. Actually, that's hard to do. You have to like kind of like teach yourself when you listen to music. Like, what is that weird sound? And it's actually hard to like pick it out.
It's fun. Live music makes it quite a bit easier. That way you can have the visual with it and be like, so try that next time. Next time you're at the piano bar, listen to like each instrument, each person playing, and it'll sound different. It'll sound cool. It'll sound a lot more like a lot more valuable.
People don't expect like the piano bar to have this like the full sound that it has, because like with the piano you have like your low end, your high end, and it's all different notes, right? But what my dad especially like triples down on, and Sean as well. But the left hand's your bass, and the bass and drums is what drive a song, and then the higher end is what makes like the melody and stuff, you know. So if you listen to our piano playing, it's like big bass. We have the lows clanked on that. Just you can feel the bass, but then you fill it with all the chords on the top. That's what the difference is. People are like, "Where's your bass player at?" And we're like, "We don't have one." And my dad's like, my dad will just stop playing with his right hand and just like he loves grooves so much. Like, it's pretty cool to watch him get into it. You know.
I'm gonna even have to tune it in a little bit more next time. Just hear exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, heck yeah, that's awesome. Bass and drums is like what drive a band really. So, and then everything else is like the sugar on top, you know.
How long have you known like music has been so powerful? Has it just been your whole life because you were born into it?
No.
Or is it just like second nature?
Right before I started playing piano bar, like I thought I was gonna be a professional snowboarder. That was my goal. Like I wanted to go. I was trying to get. I got like a little sponsorship from a place in Spokane, and I just like they were hooking me up with little discounts, and I was doing all the comps and stuff. Like that was my whole entire focus. And then I was about to turn 18, and I was like, "Dad, what am I supposed to do though? Like with my life? Because everybody has to go get a job and do all that stuff." And I was like working at Park Crew at 49. So he's like, I mean. And I grew up when I was 16, I was doing a bunch of like tractor jobs. My dad had a tractor, so I was like spreading gravel and doing stuff like that. So I was like, maybe go work at this dump truck place nearby. It's like 10 minutes away, close to where I live. You get like benefits and all that. And I went and applied, and they're like, "Oh, this is awesome." And then you had to be 18.
Oh no.
So then I was like, "What am I gonna do?" He's like, "Well, you can play drums at the piano bar for the first side money." I never stopped.
Nice. Did you feel a shift in like? Because making money off of it and seeing yourself being able to do it for a long time, did it kind of change your outlook on what music is as a whole?
Yeah, I didn't really think about music like until I started playing the piano bar. Like I never thought about music. I listened to it. I was listening, you know, like Chris Young on Pandora through my Bluetooth on my truck. Like, but I didn't think about music like that at all.
You were never like, "Oh, I could do that."
I never thought. I never thought. I have videos on my Snapchat of me when I was like 17. Just like I'm like, geez, man, it's me singing along with this. It's funny. I was not trying to sing, you know. I was just like, so that's pretty funny though.
Could you hear any potential back then? Like looking at an old video of you singing, could you be like, "Oh, I was onto something"?
Or was it? I never thought about it until I think I didn't think about music like that until I realized I started developing like my own personality musically. Where like it wasn't like me singing a cover. It's like if I sing a cover of a song, it's gonna sound like Chaz singing. You know?
Your own spin on it.
Yeah, it's like it just comes out as me, even though I'm doing a cover or whatever.
Do you think that this is gonna be kind of the rest of your life type thing? Like, do you think you found your calling and the passion? And
dude, I'm never gonna stop playing music. And like my goal right now, my next goal is to say. Like, "Hey Alexa, play Chaz Ridler." That's my next goal.
Ooh,
yeah.
I just got goosies again.
Heck
that's
yeah.
so cool.
No, that's like my goal, and I have 15 original songs, and I've been learning in the studio, like just going and dinking around and trying to figure out how to like get a good sound without having sounding like a demo. Mm-hmm. That's the hard part. So getting the arrangements and everything figured out. But this summer I'm dropping a song.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be out on like all platforms and everything like that.
Be on YouTube and everything. Apple Music, Spotify.
That's tight. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Is that what do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy like a packed house at the piano bar doing covers for, you know, all night, hearing people scream, dance, and having a good time, or do you feel which do you prefer? That or like sitting down by yourself, writing a song and seeing it all through?
Yeah, I don't like playing by myself. Like it's like obviously you have to sit down and play your guitar by yourself and write songs and stuff like that. But like I did a co-write, like that's the song I'm gonna release with my buddy Brandon Jackson. We wrote that together. It's called Long Gone. But I don't like playing by myself. That's why I like doing TikTok lives because I have a little bit more of an audience. I can still, it's not a big audience, you know. Sometimes it goes up like to 50 people, but like 10 people watching, and I just dink around, do covers, and do my original songs and stuff. That's cool. But I opened up for Brandon Jackson at the Black Diamond, and that was like a intimate room, and I sang all originals, which was so cool. Like I think I did like 12 songs, and everybody listened. You know, like don't know nobody was talking. It was kind of nerve wracking actually. Like they were listening to the words I like wrote, and that was like that was cool. So I don't know if I would if they're different. Like this one's energy, like piano bar, getting on top of the piano, using the fog machine, spraying people, cowbell, singing. You know, friends in low places. Even like if the crowd's like going hard, then I can feed off that. I love that. And I hope that someday I can like have that with my own songs. Mm-hmm. But then going and doing an intimate show like that where people are actually listening to the words you wrote, that's like almost can make you like cry on stage. So it's different, you know. I'm not gonna cry when I'm like blame it all on my roots, you know. But when you're singing a song that like means something to you, and people actually listen to it, that's pretty hard to beat though.
Yeah, that's tight. And I feel like I'd probably be in that same situation if I was in music too. Just something that you created and pulled from thin air and brought an idea to life, and now these other people are absorbing it. That's pretty cool.
Amazing. It's like super cool. I don't know. I feel like being a musician is probably it's a very like rewarding feeling, but also it can definitely like drain you. Like when you're trying to like let your stuff out, like let your heart out a little bit. And people like if they don't like take it the way you wanted them to, then you just have to like it yourself, you know.
Yeah, it seems very vulnerable of trying to give everything, and if they're not going to take it, it's like, well, fuck, that's all. Like, damn it.
Yeah, no, but it's cool though. Like as long as one person cares, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, you can pick them out. I was in marching band in high school. That was pretty lit. Dude, played the clarinet.
I wish I would have done something like music wise. I wish I would have done drama.
I wish I would have done drama too. It
definitely builds you for the
a lot
crowds.
of life. Yeah,
and that's kind of hard to like adapt to.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, marching band was fun. Played the clarinet and then the saxophone. There's something to even just having rhythm. I feel like is so underappreciated because some people marching band practice. It's like 1, 2, 1, 2. Figure it out, dude. How can like come on?
Hit it where it's supposed to go. Then that comes into groove. Like you can hit it. Like you can play a beat and have it be like perfectly a beat, but then to explain what groove is totally different.
Yeah, the top half of being
it's like where the pocket's at and stuff. But in marching band, I mean that's dope. All the rudiments and stuff. If you're doing the snare or whatever. What did you play in marching band?
I was at clarinet and then alto sax.
Oh heck yeah, nice.
So I played clarinet from like 6th grade to freshman year, and then in high school did saxophone.
Heck yeah, that's cool. I played saxophone for like I think I was like 13, I think, but I let it go.
Yeah.
I like knew like one blues scale, and then I forgot how to play.
Yeah.
I have no memory of how to play.
I've always thought that being a musician would be so cool, and I mean I had obviously had the opportunity, but just never. I've had a guitar a few times, and I just gave up on it way too fast.
I'll bring you one.
It's a lot of work to be good.
Far away. You just gotta practice a little bit. All you gotta do is learn 4 chords, and then the whole entire like everything changes.
Yeah.
Especially you start singing a little bit over it. You know, it's not like literally just 4 chords changed my whole the whole entire thing.
And then you were rolling from there.
Yep. I wrote a song. My first song. I remember I still sing it, which is cool. It's the first song I ever wrote, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna stop singing it either. So.
You gonna release it?
Yeah. I'm gonna release an album too. The songs that I have right now, I would release all of them. The hardest part is just getting them recorded and sound good enough,
making them sound worthy.
Yeah. But I only have 12, so I have like 15. But
that's a lot, like for these days.
Yeah,
12 to 15.
Well,
that's
Morgan Wallen just dropped his album last night.
Wasn't that like
36 songs, dude? And then he has like 3 teasers on there that are new, but that we haven't heard. But yeah, 36 songs, and then the one before that was like 27 songs, I think.
Dang, he's nonstop.
He just has a lot of songs, I guess.
Who's some of your biggest inspirations in the music game right now?
I don't like the music game. Like there's like mainstream, and then there's like the people that I like and mold myself around, which I would totally be fine to have any of the success that they had. Mm-hmm. So like Randy Rogers band. I mean, he's Texas country. He has a big Texas following, but he's got like 30K on Instagram. He posts some stuff about his family. He's cool. I love him, and his songs are so good. Mike Ryan's Texas country. Co Wetzel right now is blowing up like outside of the Texas country thing, but I love those are the guys I was listening to when I first started. And then obviously Marwan, dude, he's kind of just slaying it. He has I love a lot of his songs, and then you can go into all sorts of people like that. But I don't like the mainstream stuff too much.
Yeah.
I don't listen to radio. I put on Pandora, which people think is weird. I don't listen to Spotify. I put Pandora on, but
Pandora.
Then I go to deep cuts, and you can find so many new songs when you
Yeah.
filter it out. So that's what.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pandora is kind of slept on because it's random. You know, it's gonna throw in new artists
Yep.
and the
You can go like
diversity is good.
newest releases. You can like click on your favorite artist and then get a bunch of people like him. You know, deep cuts. I love that stuff.
We were in Austin, Texas, like a year and a half ago, and we went out to a bar down on 6th Street, and there was like one of those inflatable bulls that you could ride, and
Dude,
it was
I
kind
want to
of
go to 6th Street.
it was kind of cowboy themed, and in one half of the bar was crowded. First of all, let me just point out, how come cowboys are so goddamn tall? Every one of them is so fucking tall.
Well, if they're wearing boots, then they're like 2 inches taller than they would be.
But still, it was insane. Anyway, there was a room full of cowboys, and then in the front of the stage, there was a band playing, and it was good music. I don't really listen to country music much, but I can appreciate good music, and I don't mind listening to it. And then all of a sudden, this song comes on. Everybody erupts. It's a packed house. They all pull out their cell phones. Getting dick down and down.
Oh, dude, Trey Lewis.
And I was like, what? I'd never heard that song before in my life. Dude, everybody knew every single word.
Funny.
I was getting in like, are they really saying that right now?
That's so
and then
funny.
we left the bar, Googled that song, and we're like, oh, these guys are like famous. That's like a cool song.
Yeah, Trey Lewis, dude, he's nuts. He has a lot of really funny songs. But yeah, that's funny. We do that song sometimes, and people love it.
Yeah, just
go
crazy.
We kind of mute the words. We don't
kind of dial it back a little bit.
I don't really swear, and like I don't like swearing over the microphone or anything like that. So we definitely like mute, like, you know.
Yeah, but you still get the vibes. That was yeah. As far as country music goes, that was one of my most monumental country music events in my life. That was cool.
I like that. Yeah, man. Is that when you went on Kill Tony?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
that week we were down there.
Video.
Oh gosh.
I learned a lot about you, man.
Yeah. I
Halloween went nuts.
Halloween. Oh, dude, that was crazy. That was a crazy night. That shaped a lot of these past few years. But yeah. And next May it'll be officially wiped from everything, and I'll be a new man.
Sweet.
But yeah, that was crazy. Like I said, I'd probably do the same thing if I. For those that don't know, I'm sure you'd know, so I'm not gonna say anything about it. But yeah, I've honestly, legal wise too, if I wasn't drinking that night, I would have been fine. Like, so I would have done the same thing again, 10 times out of 10. I mean, I know it was dumb, obviously, but yeah,
Dude,
you had to be there.
It'll go away in April.
Yeah, and so that's encouraging. There's some light at the end of the tunnel. Found out who loved me and is gonna stick by me, so that was kind of cool. That's awesome. Learned a lot about myself.
Heck yeah, dude. I love it.
But yeah, Kill Tony was fun. I actually did another one in Spokane like a year or two before that one, and I was actually made everybody laugh. Tony was like, dude, that was hilarious. So that was fun. I was into comedy for a little bit, did some like open mics and
heck yeah.
Stuff like that, and it was fun because I used to be a fighter, fought for a long time, getting in front of people, winning or losing, just, you know how it is being in front of people, and like, you better perform or else these people are going to judge you either way. And then so I quit fighting, and I was like, I need a something. Dopamine rush, because like, and then so comedy was a cool filler for a little while. It was that same of like, I got to perform or I'm going to get knocked the fuck out, and it's going to suck.
When did you start you probably fought when you were younger, doing like wrestling and stuff?
Yeah, I grew up wrestling at like 4 years old. My parents put me in it and wrestled all throughout school, middle school and high school. Varsity for everything was pretty competitive. And then when I was, I think, 12, I really started watching it on TV, mixed martial arts with my parents, and we'd go over to our friend's house, watch all the pay-per-views, and actually my dad was friends with one of the workers at the YMCA, and he lied to them and was like, yeah, he's actually 13. So I could go upstairs and like actually work out with the grown-ups. And so I was doing real workouts at 12 years old and had a 6-pack and was wanting to be a fighter. And while I was wrestling, and turned 15, did my first MMA class, and I was like, oh yeah, this is nice.
Heck yeah.
And then kind of had a because in wrestling you really can't make money unless you win the Olympics, basically.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'm good, but I'm realistically I'm not going to be in the Olympics. So let me learn how to fight and make some money doing that. And
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I'm not a fighter, but I'm not a wimp either.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But that's cool though. Dude, I have a couple buddies that fight right now. Like up at, I think there's like Northern Quest. You probably.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be working those next weekend.
Heck yeah. One of his names is Amir. I don't know if you know who that is, but
I might if I saw a picture.
yeah, no,
probably.
he's been fighting and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. But I've not been to one of those. I'll have to come when you're up. Let me know when the one's going on, and I'll pop out.
Yeah,
cool.
they're fun. It's a good time. Spokane puts on good shows.
Heck yeah.
I did all my runs. I ended up
So
having.
why did you stop?
Brain damage is the biggest thing. But those NFL studies came out like 4 or 5 years ago of 99% of the tested NFL players had pretty bad brain damage.
Wow.
And first of all, it's you can't repair it, you can't fix it, you can't take back the hits to the head.
The brain's pretty important.
Yeah. And like I want to remember my grandkids' names.
Yeah.
I already like mumble and stutter as it is, so I don't want that to get any worse. So that's the biggest thing. And then cutting weight sucks. Losing 25 pounds in 6 weeks. It's not healthy. It sucks. Makes the quality of life lower. And I wasn't making quite enough money to make it worth it.
Yeah.
Of like, all right, I'm making enough money for the year by these 2 fights. I don't have to do a day job. So the money wasn't there. And then I found a girl, Allie, who I'm going to be marrying this year. And so I was like, what's better? Working out 6 times a day or, enjoying life with a cool girl. And I was like, oh, I'll take this. And
Heck yeah,
so
I love it.
I just played out and I was like, it's not worth it.
I know. Not the cutting weight thing. I need to learn how to do that right now, but that's my goal this next few months before summer comes.
Drop a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
Tune
Just
up
get in
a
the
little
gym,
bit.
figure out what I'm doing, trying to figure it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Eat better, eat salads, chicken.
They always say you can't outwork a bad diet. That's always stuck with me. So if there's going to be one thing you work on, just clean it up. No sugars.
Yep.
Cut out the bread. That'll be big.
Sugars, just a little bit of Pendleton and some Coke.
There you go. Diet Coke. Got to make it Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're at a good stopping point. We're at the 30-minute mark.
Cool.
We're going to reset and we'll be right back. And we are back. So take me back a little bit. Let's get back into the music. What is it like for you, like the creative process of writing a song from start to finish? Like, take me from the inspiration to the actually writing the lyrics, or do you come up with the guitar riff first, or just take me through like a full song from start to finish?
So the finished part's the hardest part for me. I like I said, I have like 15 songs that I've finished. I have like over 100 songs that are unfinished. Dang. That I actually like. Like I go back to my voice memos. I think I have like 500 voice memos, all titled and everything.
Dang.
Just write like little notes on them, like say what they are. But so what I don't know. I'll just probably start with like just playing some chords, something different. Try to switch it up, and then voice. Always I failed a lot of times where I just start freestyling because that's kind of how I do it. I freestyle a little bit. Kind of you're not like trying to like rhyme and just kind of make it flow and make the melody sound right. But yeah, that's the hardest part is finishing. So I definitely hit like little roadblocks where I just like, I have to stop and I have to go back and I type it on my notes and everything like that. But yeah, the hardest part, I would start playing guitar. So I'll like pick a chord, start playing something, play a certain chord progression, and then just start kind of mumbling over it. Maybe find a little melody, or like I have a lot of song titles too, and song titles are like really fun to like read through them. You're like, oh, that's a good title. So then you try to like write a song off of that. But dude, I'm actually new to songwriting. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a really good songwriter yet. But the songs that I have finished, I really do like, and I think they are good songs. So I don't know. Co-writing is gonna be way easier for me, I think, because once your brain stops working, theirs starts working, and you never really stop writing the song. You can finish a song way easier. So I'm definitely gonna be doing some co-writes soon. But not my best forte is explaining how to write a song.
What do you think is stopping you from actually putting one of those out? Do you just think it's not good enough? Do you think it's more of like, not like self-sabotage per se, but like just critiquing yourself so much?
Yeah, I'm I'm pretty hard like on myself, which I'm been trying to get better at. But like say I go live on TikTok, that's different. I'm live, then I'm not so worried about it. But if I record myself singing a song, I can find like a million things that I didn't like, and that was next thing you know, I recorded it 30 times, and I'm like, I never even posted it. So, but people that I follow and have talked to, because when I went to Nashville, we could talk about that too. Nashville was so cool, like changed everything. But they just say just post a bunch, just get your stuff out there. Not everything has to be perfect. And then I go follow people that I'm like, dude, like, oh, you're a little flat there, you're a little sharp there. They don't care. They just post it, and in the studio you can always fix that stuff. But live, you're not never saying perfect.
And so many times I've heard of like Ed Sheeran or Kanye or these billions of views type people who hated the song, and their producer was like, bro, just put it out. They're like, fine. And then that's the song.
That's like, you gotta definitely have people around you that you trust to like listen and stuff. But yeah, man, it's the reason I haven't put anything out yet is because I don't have anything good enough. It sounds like a demo, you know. But once I get my arrangements all figured out, like I'm gonna focus on the song "Long Gone" for this summer, and I'm just gonna like just keep going. It's hard for me to like go in the studio all the time and like nothing's really happening, but stuff is happening, you know.
Just the fine tuning.
Yeah, and I'm also like googling how to like work my system too. I'm like, how do you do this? How do you do that? Like, and that stuff frustrates me really bad.
When you don't know how you know the problem, you know the solution, you just don't know how to get there.
I have the song. I just want somebody to like just play the good music for me, which I play the guitar and play the drums, but you know, steel guitar, fiddle, whatever, you know, like I can't play those. So you have to find people that can play good versions of, or like good, I don't know. It's I'm still figuring it all out right now. It's tough. Yeah. It definitely frustrates me though in the studio.
And it would be tough, like having a full song in your head and trying to get that into somebody else's head and be like, play this exactly how I'm thinking.
Yeah. Well, the cool part, like what I'm definitely gonna want to do is have my demo and then say pick a fiddle player, which I have Justin James live in the back of my mind right now. He would kill it. So I'll be like, hey, meet me at the piano bar on a day that we're closed, and I'll play it over the speakers, and we'll line him in, and then we can just like record a couple little ideas, and I, like, cause guys like that, he's a professional fiddle player, so he's gonna have a lot of really cool things that I can't even hear. But
yeah,
steel guitar player, he plays steel guitar, blah blah blah. He's gonna do a really cool version of but that I could never even hear, you know. So you kind of have to like honestly just have a bunch of different takes, have like 10 different fiddle parts, that different little solo things, and you kind of pick out what you want. I don't have a band, so if I had a band, then you can just rehearse and like, oh, dude, try this, kick it from the top, from the middle, you know. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just kind of like, it's my dad and I, couple phone calls, try to get people to come out, but we're not there yet, you know.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be amazing because you're putting so much time and effort into it and perfecting your craft and not wanting to put out something that's going to be, that could have been better.
Yeah, no, I don't want to put out something that's not going to even be like slightly up to what I would like to have it sound like. But I don't want to put out a demo, you know. I want it to be like the real thing. Plus, once you get your song done, then you send it off and get it mastered, and that like, somebody goes through and like makes it sound like way better every time. So, but I'm excited. Definitely going to release it. That's my goal. I have to do it. I have to get something out, even if it's just an acoustic, like just piano. And I have a couple songs that are like ballads, just something. And I have a really cool party song too. That would just, but it has to be like really like a good mix. You know, it has to be good musicians playing, and because the song's really cool. So
tell me about Nashville.
Dude, Nashville was awesome. That was kind of like a spur. I went by myself. I don't know anybody there. I don't know. I think I just kind of hit a point where I was kind of like, I needed something. I just needed to go do something. Maybe be alone a little bit. And so I like just booked a plane ticket and got a hotel and everything and went down there. Dude, it was so crazy because my joke's like one time I went to Coeur d'Alene, you know. I haven't really been. I went to Seattle one time, you know. No, so going there was like nothing like it. Like I've never been to like a big city like that, you know. So going downtown, there's just thousands of people, bachelorettes everywhere. It's like the bachelorette capital of the
That's
country.
Where Allie would go if she could.
Dude, it was nuts. There's 3-story bars. Like people, like every single bar has live music. Obviously, that's what they're known for. But every single musician at those bars, they're all killers. Like they're all like the best you could even see.
Dang.
Fiddle players are just like this. So you're like, bro, there's like 5 fiddle players in Spokane. You know, so every bar was just so crazy. I go in there like, I need to go see more, but I want to listen, you know?
Yeah.
And I was by myself. I not gonna do that again. I'd probably take one of my friends with me, but it was cool. I got to just walk around and didn't know anybody. I met some like pretty big TikTokers, and when I went to this, I was like, where like the local people hang out? I'm gonna go there. So I went to a place called Midtown. It's like Losers Bar, Winners Bar, and they did this thing called Whiskey Jam. So it's like upcoming musicians that are like kind of have a name for themselves. They play this big back parking lot, and it was crazy. And then they're just like chilling at the bar. I was like, oh, I saw Nate Smith. I was like, hey man, I love your music. He's like, oh thanks bro. And I got a beer, like cheers. I'm like, he's just like a dude.
Did you learn anything about music or anything like?
Like if you go to Nashville, you're not gonna sing. Like you're not gonna be like, hey, can I sing a song? Everybody wants to sing a song.
Too many pros down there.
Yeah, it's so. I don't know if I learned anything about music, but I definitely learned about a music scene and the grind everybody's on, dude. Everybody's like, they're all live while they're playing. They're all like, there's definitely a thing you have to do. I feel like go TikTok live. It's not weird, you know.
Yeah. Talk
and play guitar and hang out like it's a kind of a rare thing up here. I feel like people like influencer style stuff. Mm-hmm. You don't really see that. None of your friends are really like you're doing a podcast. That's like so cool to me, you know, but nobody else I know is really doing a podcast.
Yeah. Spokane is kind of one of those places, and the more people I talk to, the more people I search for are trying to make it with whatever they're doing from Spokane. And it's the same thing every time. It's hard. Nobody else is doing it. It's hard to find support. It's hard to find a crowd that's going to absorb and let me flourish here.
Yeah. Well, it's like you say you want to be a fighter. You want to do UFC. You have to go hang out with people that are doing UFC, or else it doesn't really make any sense. Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm like, I have Brandon Jackson, and he's doing his own thing. He has a band. He's doing awesome stuff. I just feel like there's no songwriters in Nashville. There's a whole entire scene of just people that write songs every day. They meet up, sit in a little room like this, and they just write songs. Yeah. And then there's guys that are doing 8 shows a week or 10 shows a week. You know, Dang. It's like it's crazy. And they're just on the grind. They roll downtown. They go set up. They sound check, and they sing for 3 hours.
There wouldn't be enough places in Spokane to do 8 shows a week.
No, and like there's no live music downtown. On like, there's like one place. Like Red Room does open mic on Mondays. They do a jam on Wednesdays, and then Zola does some live music, and then we do live music. And it's like there's a couple corner guitar players, but there's not a huge music scene here, which is kind of, especially not country.
Yeah, especially not country.
Yeah, so that's I would like to move to Nashville someday, or to do like a part-time where I'm there a little bit, come back here to go back and forth, because I was there for 5 days and I met like lots of really cool people and got like a whole entire like shot of like where I just want like you know, I just want,
a refill on the drive.
I want it, dude, but it's hard to like be a loner and try to figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. So going down to Nashville, bringing it back here, what is one thing that, if you were the man in charge, money's not really an object, what's one thing that you would like to see change with Spokane to kind of help your situation?
I think just more musicians, more. I know they're coming up. I know a couple different people that are like 16 years old that are going to be like totally in the scene. You know, I don't know. The hardest part is like somebody wants to come. Say you want to have live music at your bar, just a guitar or something, but like maybe your bar's not as popping as you want it to be. It's hard to like pay. I feel for these smaller bars. Like, I mean, 3-hour guitar set. I mean, that's $200. And sometimes you can't really pay that because you're not gonna make it back by having a guitar player there. But that's one of those things you have to like build on. But I would just say like definitely more musicians, and obviously for me I want more country music, more people like that I can go and write a country song with. But they are out there, you know. I did this. There's a thing called the Inland Northwest, the CMA Awards, which I was in, and I met a lot of cool people there. I met few different people that I could definitely write with. But everybody's busy too because everybody plays all the time. Mm-hmm. So there's not really no songwriter. I don't know. And I know it's out there. And if somebody sees this, they'll be like, oh, there's totally a scene. But it's not like, when in Nashville, it's like park bench in every single place. I was walking, people were playing guitar, writing a song, like everywhere, out in the grass. You know, it's like crazy. So it's just like total. Maybe it's oversaturated in Nashville. That's why. Apparently it's really hard to like even get a slight chance to like even get in the scene.
It's because so many people are
But
fighting
there's so
for
many
the same
people.
thing.
Yeah, they're all. But that's like super inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have like a competition and you're a little bit competitive, you'll.
And if you can make it and be noticed there among everybody else, that just shows how good you are.
And I think because I met like I said a couple TikTokers and I just was nice. I was like, hey, what's up? I'm Chaz, you know. And they were like, what's up? So I think if you can definitely get in if you just are nice.
Mm-hmm. Instead of being like, oh, he's taking my job.
Yeah, no, just like spread love and people that definitely can help you go way farther in life in lots of different ways.
Yeah, I think that's huge. This world is big enough for everybody to succeed and win, and there's career.
There's pie for everybody.
Yeah,
and music's not really even about money for me. Like, I would like definitely bum it out and just play music in Nashville. But
yeah, just have people to watch.
Definitely, I'm established right now for what I'm doing. I definitely have like some responsibilities. I can't just leave. You know.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not complaining. So.
Yeah, I'd say you got something good going here, and you've kind of built a community and built a legacy that already, I mean, you're young and it seems like you're just taking off, but you got something good going here.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And we're only doing more, you know. I want to start doing an acoustic show. Like I want to do like one acoustic show a week. That's one of my goals too. Like for the summer.
At the piano bar?
Just anywhere. No, not at the piano bar. We're only open Friday, Saturday, and that's not going to change. But like just a little bar up Deer Park area where I live, kind of like up north. Deer Park, Loon Lake, just to like try to like just get more time strumming like that is one of my goals for sure. And yeah, just do more shows. The piano barge, we're probably gonna be doing this year a little bit, which I don't know if you know what the piano barge is, obviously.
Yeah.
So we're that's really stressful and hard to do, but people will really love it. So we're gonna try to definitely do that some more, but not like we used to. I think it'd be like maybe 2 or 3 times this year.
That'd be solid.
It's stressful.
Get your fix out of it.
It's stressful. Like, oh, we're gonna just lose all of our music equipment right now because this wakeboard boat just ripped by us.
Oh, fuck. That's Stress City. Well, I think this is a good time. We're in for a special treat. Chaz brought his guitar.
Oh, snap.
And I think he's gonna grab it and play us out and
cool. I'm in.
Let's do it. Good time.
Okay. This is for Brandon Jackson, just so he knows. I'm shouting him out because we wrote this song together. And he shouted me out. He went to Nashville and played this song at a songwriter round. He shouted me out, which is pretty cool. So it's called Long Gone. She's a clean-up nice on a Saturday night, or a movie at home in a cheap bottle of wine. She loves kids and she loves flowers. Man, I could talk about her for hours. But boys, let me tell you I went wrong. 'Cause now she's long gone. I'm feeling like an overplayed heartbreak country love song. I want her to come home. I'm sitting here sipping on a whiskey, wishing she would just call my phone. Not enough worry, but too much pride. Should've said sorry before she said goodbye. She should be sitting in the middle, all cuddled up, headed for the lake in my pickup truck, but she's gone. So I'm sitting here sipping on a double, 'cause she ain't near to keep me out of trouble. What's the harm? 'Cause she ain't in my arms. She's long gone. I'm feeling like an overplayed heartbreak country love song. I want her to come home. I'm sitting here sipping on a whiskey, wishing she would just call my phone. Not enough worry, but too much pride. Should've said sorry before she said goodbye. I've I've been traveling down this road for so long, I just don't know how to let go. 'Cause now she's long gone. I'm feeling like an overplayed heartbreak country love song. Yeah, I want her to come home. I'm sitting here sipping on a whiskey, wishing she would just call my phone. Not enough worry, but too much pride. Should have said sorry before she said goodbye. Now she's long gone. Hey.
My goodness. Damn, that sounded crazy.
Hey, thanks, man.
With cold too. Oh my goodness.
Heck yeah, thanks, bro.
Wow. What a treat. That was a first and probably the best that's y'all ever gonna see. That was a treat.
Thank you, bro.
I'm thinking of cutting that up. That's like a music video right there. The first ever release.
Thank you, bro.
Damn, I'm shook.
Thanks, man.
The voice control, and it's a damn good song.
Thank you, man.
It's not
that
like,
means a lot.
Let me just widen this out a little bit because we gotta talk a little more after that. Sheesh.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, that was nuts. I was not expecting that.
Dude, thanks, man.
I've said it before to like Young Neves, and he's a local rapper, but when you can differentiate local artists and hear their stuff and be like, this is a good song, not like this is a good song for a guy from Spokane.
Yeah.
This is a good song for my friend. Like, that was just I could hear that on the radio. I could hear that, man, from,
that means a lot. That means a lot.
Like,
really, thank
that's
you.
Crazy. I'm riding high right now. That was cool.
Yeah, dude. When we wrote that in song in like 2 hours. We were just hanging out drinking beers. It was awesome.
Dang.
That's the only time we've ever like wrote together too. So I'm like, he has a construction company. I'm like, take the day off. Let's write some more songs. We can bust some bangers out. But
dang, and then it just.
And I have the
like
full
that?
voice memo when we like, because the cool part's like I'm feeling like an overplayed heartbreak country love song. I like rapid lyrics, and so we have it when we figure that out. We're like, ooh, we're like all cheering, like, oh, dude, that's so cool. But obviously, it's country music. It's kind of generic lyrics, but there's nothing that really sounds like that, you know. Sitting here sipping on a whiskey, wishing she'd call my phone, like whiskey wishing. I like this.
It works. It works. And the little flutters of your voice at the end of the song, I was like, damn, okay, go ahead.
Oh, thanks, man.
Dang.
It's like Cody Johnson. I've always looked up to his singing style because he has really good control of his voice. So it's like definitely been on my when I'm like sitting there like dinking around, like I go crazy. Where even if I'm screwing up, but that's how you learn, I guess. You know, just trying to get find different little melodies and riffs, and it's pretty cool.
I mean, just like anything, if wrestling, fighting, playing basketball, singing, you just got to get your reps in, find out what you can't do, and get better at it.
Yes, sir.
Dang,
I love it, man.
How did that feel for you? Like cold in front of the cameras on the podcast, the lights, or are you just in your element?
Well,
like, is that
well?
what
The
you
first thing that
for?
I thought was like, dang, I haven't sang this song in like 2 or 3 weeks. I was like, don't screw it up. That's all I thought. Yeah. But I think I've sang it enough times now that I knew where I was going. So like I sang that song in front of my biggest crowd ever, which was at this Bing Crosby Theater. There was like 600 people there. So that was like that. I was nervous there. I started out not so nervous, and then I kept singing, I kind of psyched myself out, because like the hardest part about singing for me, which is why I'm gonna start working out, is you lose your breath, like you lose your wind, and if you don't have a good airflow behind your vocal cords, it gets kind of like you can like nervy. You can hear like the nerves in somebody's voice when they're talking. You know, same thing when you're singing. So it's hard. Like sometimes you'll run out of breath. You're like you have to take a quick little, you know. So that's just technique and time, I guess, but also taking care of your body and maybe running a little bit and getting your stamina, your cardio up. Yeah.
Dang. Well, that was cool. Thanks for doing that.
Heck yeah, man.
I was stoked when you came in. You're like, I got my guitar. I was like, go grab it. Let's go.
I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm a little bit late, but I definitely like swung by the bar real quick and grabbed that guitar.
Hell yeah. Cool. I'm glad you did. That was epic. That was probably one of my favorite moments here.
Hey, thanks, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Anything else you got?
Not right now. Probably have you back and
yeah, dude.
chat some more.
I love it. What's you have any goals for this year that you're trying to get after?
My biggest goal is I want to work for the UFC this year. I want to be with my camera at the UFC.
Dude, nice.
Even if it's a Vegas fight night, getting some pictures of people getting warmed up, that's going to be a good start. But
heck yeah,
I want to be working for the UFC. I think that's very doable.
I love your pictures. Like the stuff you just sent me to, I'm just like, I love it, man.
Yeah, I really like it, and I'm kind of in that same boat as you, where I didn't know I was going to do it when I was younger. Even, 2.5 years ago, I had no idea I'd be here.
Yeah,
but I'm here, and I love it now. So,
well, I'm glad I found your DM I think it was like a year ago or whatever. I got it. You're like, I saw in the request. 'Cause I don't go on the Piano Bar Instagram very much, but you're like, hey, if you ever want some pictures taken, hit me up.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, those are sweet. Boom, you were there like that next Friday, and I think you've taken like 7 different pictures now, or 7 different photo shoots. But this is awesome.
It's one of our favorite places to go, Allie and I. So,
heck yeah,
love you guys for that. Love everything you got. Thanks for blessing Spokane, blessing the podcast, and we're excited for everything to come out.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
So why don't you pick a camera, tell them where they can find you. Anything you got to plug, any shout outs?
You can't find. I'm just kidding. The Ridler Piano Bar downtown Spokane, 718 West Riverside. Come up to Loon Lake and Deer Lake in the summertime. Follow the Facebooks, the Ridler Piano Bar, the Ridler Piano Barge, the Ridler Coffee Corner, and we do music all over this place, trying to just have a good time and sell coffee and sell some vodka at night and and make some music. So that's pretty much where you find me. Piano Bar every weekend for the rest of my life. I'll be there.
All right, y'all. You heard it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that song. Give him a shout out. Tell him you loved it.
Follow the TikTok,
What's the TikTok?
Everything's Chaz Ridler.
Perfect. Yep. Easy enough.
Add my Snap.
Yeah, do it though. Might as well.
Hey, yeah.
All right, y'all. Deuces.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Bro.
That was awesome.
I love you, man. Not enough worry, but too much pride. Should have said sorry before she said goodbye. She should be sitting in the middle, all cuddled up, headed for the lake in my pickup truck, but she's gone. So I'm sitting here sipping on a double, 'cause she ain't near to keep me out of trouble. What's the harm? If she ain't in my arms, she's long gone. I'm feeling like an overplayed heartbreak country love song. I want her to come home. I'm sitting here sipping on a whiskey, wishing she would just call my phone. Not enough worry, but too much pride. Should have said sorry before she said goodbye. I've been traveling down this road for so long, I just don't know how to let go. 'Cause now she's long gone. I'm feeling like an overplayed heartbreak country love song. Yeah, I want her to come home. I'm sitting here sipping on a whiskey, wishing she would just call my phone. Not enough worry, but too much pride. Should have said sorry before she said goodbye. Now she's long gone. Hey.
My goodness. Damn, that's